Hey everyone, Eric here. In this video, we're checking out this ultra cool 8TR fuzz wah. It's a fuzz and a wah in one enclosure from the brand JAX. Hey everyone, Eric here. Welcome to the channel where I make gear demos like this one and instructional videos aimed to help musicians like you. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to interact with me a little bit more and, keep up with me on a daily basis, you can always head on over to Instagram and follow me at Eric Merrow. Now, before we get into it, I want to send a huge thank you to my friend Joshua Motley, who is a fellow Ohioan who's from Ohio. He sent this JAX 8TR fuzz wah to my buddy Jason over at Fuzz Effects to repair, and I got to borrow it to make this video for you. So thank you so much, Joshua. Jason actually made a video over on the Fuzz Effects YouTube channel going over the history a little bit more in depth than we're doing here and taking another look at this JAX 8TR fuzz wah. So if you want to hear more, or if you just want to hear it being played more in more of like a heavier manner, I'll leave a link in the description below and in the cards above. This is a JAX 8TR fuzz wah. It's a fuzz and a wah. In the same enclosure, we have two foot switches. So like right here, you can see on the other camera, you can see there's a treadle for the wah, and the wah actually has a foot switch under it so we can engage the wah in addition to this foot switch right here, which is for the fuzz. Now in the pedal, the fuzz comes first and then it cascades into the wah. And now you might be asking yourself like, well, why is this cool? What do I care? I hope you're not asking yourself that. Maybe that was a bad way to phrase it. So you might be thinking, what's so special about this fuzz wah and why are we going over it? This fuzz wah is from the 70s and it's actually made by Shin-Ei. Now Shin-Ei is a really popular name in pedal history because they used to be a company called Honey, I believe, and then Honey transformed into Shin-Ei, and Shin-Ei made pedals for a number of different labels and different brand names, essentially. Most popularly, Shin-Ei actually made the Univox Super Fuzz. And what we have in this JAX 8TR is actually a Super Fuzz as well as a wah. So we get a complete, just Shin-Ei Super Fuzz in this pedal. What you could do back then was if you had a company, you could call them up and say, hey, my company's named this, will you please put my name on this pedal? And they would make that pedal, put your name on it, and then you could sell it as your own. And what happened was this company JAX did exactly that. They put their name on this Super Fuzz and a wah in one circuit. So I was just using the wah with my hands right there. We'll put it on the floor here in a couple minutes and get a little bit more experimental with things, but right there I had the wah and the fuzz engaged. Now let's go ahead and kind of break it down a little bit because we do have two distinct circuits in this pedal, and all the controls right here that you can see on the side are for the Super Fuzz. Now the wah doesn't have any control except for the treadle right here. So when we kick on the fuzz, we have mode 1 and 2, a volume control, and then a fuzz adjustment, I believe it's called. It's the amount of fuzz. I'm using my SG Standard. We're plugging into the fuzz wah. From the fuzz wah, we're going straight into my Rocket Retro RR100, which is set pretty clean. Let's go ahead and kick on just the fuzz circuit. So we'll go over the controls. Again, we have the volume right here. It's pretty self-explanatory, and actually this pedal doesn't get super loud. So at max volume, we're only sitting right around unity. So we have the volume control right here, and then of course we have the fuzz adjustment, the amount of fuzz. Let's turn that all the way down so we don't get anything. As we turn it up, we start to get more fuzz. That's at about 25%. Let's turn it up to 50%. Turn it up to 75%. Let's go ahead and max out. Before, you probably heard that. These old pedals have something that's called like leaky transistors, and that results in like this weird pulsing after you stop playing. So I'll hit a note really quick, and you can hear it kind of like gate out, but then fade in. And that's kind of just, you know, inherent in all these older pedals. Back onto the fuzz control, let's crank it. Sounds pretty sweet. It's also a tiny bit noisy. It sounds pretty awesome though, right? So we went over the fuzz control. What I want to do now is compare mode 1 and mode 2. Now in mode 1, as you've just been hearing, we get more of like a nasally, more mid-range focus sound. And when we switch over to mode 2, you'll hear we have a really scooped mid-range sound. And mode 2 is more aggressive, really heavy, and more saturated. So that's with mode 2 all the way maxed out on the gain. Let's go ahead and turn it down to 50%. That sounds pretty sweet right there. Let's go down to about 25%. So that's mode 1 and 2. Now, in addition to the fuzz, like we said before, we do have this wah circuit, which we can enable or disable independently from the fuzz. So if we kick the wah on, So the wah can be used, you know, as solo boosts. If you want to do a cocked wah type sound, you can use it as a filter, just general wah things. And that's really useful to have independent from the super fuzz. So now we're going to play the wah. Whenever I think of wah, I think of the Jimmy Eat World song, If You Don't, I think that's what it's called. It's like it's just one chord, but the intro is just a slow filter. So it's like this. It sounds something like this. Something like that. Just a really simple, like, one chord, and it's a slow fade from the heel down to the toe down. Let's go ahead and kick in the fuzz. I'm gonna turn the fuzz all the way up. I hope that sounds cool. We're taking this wah journey together. I'm not usually a wah player, so I hope that sounds cool. It sounded kind of like a Muse riff, but I really like that like slow wah sound. So I'd love to know in the comments below if you use a wah pedal and how you use it, because I would love to know more about how to differently use wah pedals. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the JAX 8TR Fuzz wah, which is actually a Shin-Ei, Super Fuzz, and a wah in one enclosure. If you did, please, again, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other gear demos and instructional videos I have here, and if you wanna, interact with me and keep up with me on a daily basis, you can always head on over to Instagram and follow me at Eric Merrow. Before I get out of here, I wanna send another huge thank you to Joshua Motley for sending this over, and Jason from Fuzzlord for letting me borrow it so I can make this video. It was really cool to check out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out Jason's video, again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, I want to send a huge thank you to these folks right over here who are my executive producers from my Patreon page. These are my Patreon fam. I love all of you. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in the next video.